Hey everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to make bendable bunny ears for your stuffed animal. Since Easter is coming up in a few days, I thought this would be the perfect accessory to make. Now let's get started! Okay, so today I'm going to be making a small pair for a Beanie Boo, and to make the headband piece and the ear form, I'm using a pipe cleaner. This would preferably match the ear color I'm making, but this is all I had, and I ended up covering them later. I'm going to start by bending this around the shape of her head, and I'm starting at the end of the pipe cleaner because as I get towards the middle of her head, I'm going to start making a bunny ear shape. You can make yours as tall or as wide as you want, but this is just the shape I ended up with. Then I'm going to leave a little straight part and then do another ear. And then the rest I can just have curve around the side of her head. Luckily my pipe cleaner was the perfect length, but you could always twist in a second one if it's too short. Once I had my starting shape, I tried it on and I thought the ears should be closer together, so I just made those adjustments. But once I had the ear shape I wanted, I needed to get this to actually stay on her head. My main problem was that middle part went down a little too low, so I just had to lift that up a little so the whole thing would stay on. Now that the frame is made, you could just have this be a simple bunny ear headband, but I'm going to cover mine with felt, so I'm just squeezing the frame of each ear together to make kind of a stick instead. Now after saying that sentence, I realized I should give a reason as to why I did that, but looking back, I'm not actually sure why I did that. I could have just left the frame like this and it would be fine, but for some reason that was part of my plan and I just went with it. Whatever shape you go with shouldn't really matter in the end though. Next, to cover up this gold pipe cleaner, I'm going to be wrapping this in white yarn. Ribbon would also be a great choice to do this with. And that loose end I'm just wrapping around a few times to keep it in. And from there, I'm just wrapping it all around this frame, trying to cover up as much of the gold pipe cleaner as possible. And I also wrapped the ears because I thought you'd be able to see it through the white felt, but the pink center I ended up doing was pretty dark, so it probably would have covered it anyway. Once I've gone around the entire thing, to lock that end off, I'm just going to fold up the bottom of the pipe cleaner, and that should hold it in place. Of course, now it's uneven though, so I folded up the other side too. This was the point while filming that I thought to myself, if this looks really bad, I just won't post the video. But clearly you're watching this video right now, so I must have pulled it together by the end. Okay, the thing that'll save this for me is covering the frame with the actual bunny ears. So here are the patterns I made for the outer ear and inner ear. I'll have these linked down below, along with a bigger version in case you want to make this for a Build-A-Bear or something. I'm cutting the main earpiece out of white felt, and since I already have the pattern folded in half, I'm just going to fold over my felt first and then cut it out. Since this is technically a no-sew video, I'm not even going to use pins in case you don't have those. I'm just holding it on the felt and cutting it out. I need to cut out 2 of these, of course, and then next I'm going to cut out the inside of the ear with dark pink felt. You actually don't even need to use felt for this, you could make this out of paper. In that case, you might not need the wire frame of the ears since paper just folds on its own, so you could just attach that on a little wire headband, or you could even still use felt and leave out the wire ears. The point is, this is a pretty simple craft that you can make a lot of different ways. After those are cut out, the final thing to do is cover our frame with these pieces. I was initially going to sew these pieces together, but realized glue would be even easier, so I'm going to be using hot glue to put this together, but you could always use a thicker liquid glue or sew this. I first need to glue the pink pieces to the top side of the ears. I only used one straight line of glue here, but you'll want to try to get as close to the edges as possible so they don't lift up. Next, I need to attach these ears to the wire frame. So I'm laying the frame on top of the ear, adding glue around the edge, and then just folding up the other half. And I'm carefully squeezing the edges together before the glue dries. I didn't really end up gluing the felt to the actual wire, but you could also do that too. You're going to want to try to close up any extra holes around the edge, only because if you end up folding the ear down, those holes are going to kind of open up and show. But now I can just do the same thing for the other ear, and this time I'm adding glue to the ear first and then adding the frame. And now these bunny ears are done! I was starting to wonder whether these would turn out okay, but I think they turned out really cute. If you added the wire, you can bend the ears whatever way you want, in case you don't always want them sticking straight up. Of course, if you used glue instead of sewing, the edges are going to be a little bit chunky, but you barely notice that until you fold them. Also, if you spotted a new stuffed animal in the intro, which was that really fluffy cow, we actually just got it on Tuesday, but it's not mine, it's a gift from my cousin. But I thought, since I'm watching it for now, I might as well show this super cute stuffed animal to the world. It's from the brand Squishable, by the way. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, comment any video suggestions you have, and subscribe if you want to see more. Happy Easter, and I'll see you next time!